Here we go. The wheel. Taurus just had that in the same position. 5 of spring, Queen of summer, and the 10 of winter under the deck. 2 10s. Lasting gains, lasting losses for you, Gemini. All right, I'll show you the cards as I see them. So we have the wheel. We have the 5 of spring, which is this sort of energy of squabbling, bickering, combat. We have the Queen of summer. Could be a water sign, sun, moon, or rising involved here. But it could just be you incorporating these qualities of being very loving, comforting, nurturing, intuitive. But let me get some more cards. And with that wheel card, the Wheel of Fortune, I love that card. So much energy around it. But with you, it's a little bit problematic for you during this time period, Gemini, just because it's right next to the 5 of spring. And with the wheel, the text of the card says delays are over, sudden or unexpected changes, or sudden or unexpected good luck, and a new car or travel. But it's right next to the 5 of spring. On this text, the text of this card says, opposing goals, arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. But because it's right next to the wheel is right next to this 5 of spring, it's going to emphasize, because this is ruled by Jupiter, it's very expansive energy, Gemini. So it's going to, this 5 of spring energy is going to be, in the spotlight, so to speak. So it's going to expand this energy is what I'm trying to say. So it's going to expand this idea of change, because with the 5, we have the change here. It vibrates at that kind of unstable energy, and it's going to expand and amplify this kind of feelings, these feelings of being at odds. And it could be feeling at odds with a partner here, because she's looking right at this 5 of spring. And she's like going, what the heck? Like there's a lot of energy with this wheel pushing onto this 5 of spring for you, Gemini. And so again, it may be some sort of, your romantic partner possibly, or it just could be your intuitive side going, what the heck? Why am I so at odds with myself during this time period? But either way, this is pushing into this conflict. And it's pushing into the conflict for a reason. It needs to move. This conflict needs to be resolved. It needs to move, and for both parties to really look at it. Because I'm saying both parties because I really feel like this Queen of Spring, for many of you, is an actual individual, because she's just looking right at it. It's like it cannot be denied anymore, is how it feels. Whatever little has been running under the surface is now kind of being brought into the light. Delays are over. We are now going to face this argument, whatever it is. It's going to be different for everybody, and everyone's going to experience it in different ways, to lesser and greater degrees. But we do have this 10 of winter under the deck, and Taurus, I think, just had this as well in the same position, or was it Aries? I don't remember, but one of the two that I just did. And this is a card of it. The text of the card says, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. And it could be the end of or the change in a relationship that has been codependent here. But for you, Gemini, it's also about the culmination of all this difficulty coming to an end, so that you can flip into something that's much smoother. Because that 10 of winter can feel very dramatic. It can feel like, I've been struggling so long, and now I'm finally, you can see daylight at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. With that it could be an underlying deck, so underlying energy. So it may have already happened, or it may be happening during this time period, or you may be pushing towards it with this wheel. This wheel energy may finally push you towards the end of that difficulty, the resolution of that situation. Interesting. So I'm going to get some cards from the Romance Angels, and then one card from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and then I'm going to look a little bit more in depth at some of these energies up here. This is for Gemini. January, February, 2017. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. You deserve love. Nice. Getting to know each other. Right under that conflict card. And past life relationship. You have known each other before. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And that may be what this is about too. You know, the ending of something. Okay, so the cards are you deserve love, getting to know each other, and past life relationship. Well, with the wheel card right above this, you deserve love, it's very powerful energy. Like you are getting much more in tune with what you want, you know, that knowing that you are worthy and deserving of love. And I feel like you're getting more in touch with that. Like, because with the wheel is kind of forcing you to understand that. And so it's kind of coming in across like this for some of you. Because this wheel is amplifying your desire and your understanding more and more that you deserve love, it's pushing this conflict to the forefront, whatever this is, either internal battle or battle with another. When I say battle, it could just be an argument, but because it's a short period of time we're talking about. But for some of you, you may experience it more grandly, especially with that wheel. But I feel like it's you're knowing that you deserve love is creating situations for you, with possibly with a partner, possibly with a water sign, sun, moon, or rising, where you're beginning to realize, like, we're not quite on the same page as where I thought we were, or this person isn't necessarily treating me the way that I feel like I'm worthy and deserving of being treated. And this conflict is allowing the two of you to get to know each other better. You know, again, it's pushing you to have this conflict with that wheel next to each other. And it could be that you have a past life relationship with this individual. And you've been just working out karma in this lifetime. Doesn't mean that necessarily that you're supposed to be with that person forever. Because we have this ending here, possible ending. But, you know, we come into each other's lives in a lot of different ways. And we work out karma with one another. And some people we reincarnate with over and over until we kind of get the lessons. And we have that separation card. So, okay, but let me get one more card from the Tarot Sexual Magic, and then I'm going to take a look at these energies up here a bit more deeply. Because it could be, okay, yeah, I was going to say, it could be that this may not be referring to this person, may not be, this past life relationship may be referring to someone else, is what I was going to say, because we have this Queen of Swords, and she's looking into the past. So, and because you are an air sign, I feel like this is you, Gemini. Like, you're looking into the past. Like, here she is looking at this man in this picture frame, and she's kind of thinking about him and wondering, like, did I make the right move? You know, by cutting him out. I'm really drawn to that sword, or maybe he cut me out, or I say he or she. It could be, you know, either one. It's just how it's presented here. But again, this idea of longing and looking back at someone else. So it may be that there's this past life relationship that's on your mind as well. All right, let me get some additional cards. You, Gemini. I'm going to take a look at this Queen of Summer and find out what this is about. Actually, I'm going to take a look at the Five of Spring first, I think. Take a look at what this conflict is about. And it could just be between your head and your heart, Gemini. Like, you may be, like, if you're not coupled with someone, or even if you are, it could just be like you're thinking, am I right? Am I with the right person? You know, because, but I kind of feel like for many of you are actually in conflict with another because she is looking directly at that conflict. Like, it can't be ignored. And I say she, it could be a he. What am I looking at? Looking at the conflict. Okay. What's this conflict about, please? Let's look at the outcome of it. Let's say a relationship in transformation. A relationship in transformation is something I just got there. Okay. Ego, Nine of Summer. All right, so the Five of Spring, this kind of card of either internal conflict between your head and your heart or possibly conflict with another. It's about the ego. So it could be about addictions and codependencies, because we did have that 10 of Winter under the deck, and it could be a codependent relationship where you're just kind of repeating a pattern where you're just kind of like unkind to one another, and you kind of push each other's buttons and see what you can get away with, and then you come back together. It's, you know, again, that back and forth is kind of how I'm feeling it for you, especially with that Five of Spring, which is this Five of Spring is about the ego. And it could just be that you're feeling trapped by this energy, this Queen of Summer energy. Could be a water sign, sun, moon, or rising. But either way, the kind of the outcome of this is very good. You know, we have this Nine of Summer, which is your dreams coming true. So if it is the end of a relationship, the end of something here, it looks like the outcome is kind of what you are really wanting. And if it is the gain of that, like this conflict causes the two of you to just kind of get stronger, then it's working out really nicely in your favor. It's gonna play out differently for everybody, but I feel like for many of you, it is kind of about the home, your home life here, possibly. Yeah. Let's look at the Queen of Summer. What's it about? What's your outcome? Okay, so yeah, there's another person involved, it looks like, and I have a feeling that's what that past life relationship may be about. Okay, so the Queen, so that kind of the outcome of that Queen of Summer energy, whether it be just you getting more in touch with your intuitive side or an individual, is something new, a new beginning, and it could be a new beginning with either you, Gemini, just being very much in your power here, because it could be male or female. But it's coming across as a queen, and with two queens, it could be another woman or another man involved, like two of the same gender here. But it could also just be you, Gemini, brand new beginning, feeling very much in your power, ready to go. I really love that for you. Let me get two cards on this past life relationship, and I think I'm going to close out your reading. What's this past life relationship about? Magician and the Eight of Spring. Okay, so the past life relationship, you have known each other before. It's about you learning that you have everything in your power to be successful, to move forward. It has pushed you, this past life connection, whoever this is about, and it could be this Queen of Summer, this could be water sign, again, it doesn't have to be water sign, but this could be someone like that, he's very nurturing. It's about the lesson, part of the lesson for you, Gemini, has been about you knowing your worth. You knowing that you have the skills, the emotions, the passion, the consciousness to be successful on your path. It's about you knowing who you truly are, learning who you truly are. Remember, we have this you are lovable. So that's part of the lesson. That's part of this lesson that you have been undergoing, right? And then we have the Eight of Spring as the likely outcome. Now you've learned these lessons, and now you're like got all these balls in the air, and you're like trying to juggle them all. Like, okay, so this is what I've wanted. I wanted this to come true. You know, this is about wishes coming true here around this conflict. And then it's like, okay, now what? Now I have all this to do. Stress that comes from having many things happening at once. Successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. So it could be that there, again, with those two tens, again, lasting changes, lasting losses. Suddenly there's like, I'm trying to get everything done. I'm trying to figure this out. There's messages coming in. Something happens very rapidly. And that, you know, with the wheel, it's like, that's what happens when the wheel is involved. Things do change, you know, because things are like, tick, 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 and then they change, you know. It's like when you're going up a roller coaster and tick, 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 and then, you know, like that. Okay, so let me get one more card for you, and then I'm going to close out your reading, Gemini. I'm going to get it from I think I'll get it from the Unicorns deck because it's out, and I do love this deck. And you're an air sign, and I associate the unicorns with all that airiness. One message for Gemini. from the magical unicorns. You have a lot going on, Gemini. So I want to just remind you to be kind and gentle with yourself during this time period, because whenever there are a lot of changes, whether they're what we perceive as negative or positive, it can feel stressful. So just remember, though, that you have everything in your power to be successful, which is really nice to see. This is for Gemini. With the Ace and the Magician together, it makes so much sense with, the two tens, and the 5, the end of things, the change of things, and then boom, the new beginning. The Ace, the Magician. It's really, really nice to see. It's very exciting energy for you, Gemini. But it may manifest in your experience as being stressful. It could be a new home as well with that Ace of Autumn. Or a new job or something coming in. Something on the material plane that is coming in that has a new energy around it. Creative. Oh, what a pretty card. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. That's very beautiful energy. And as I mentioned, this idea of the excitement that I'm getting from this spread for you, this reading for you, it's, if you look at this, there's these horses or these unicorns are just charging through the water. So this for me is your unconscious, right? This for me is your emotions. And so there's a lot bubbling up for you with this Magician, this Ace, all of this emotion, all of this creativity, all of this energy coming forth into your consciousness here. And you can harness that, Gemini, in very creative ways. You're being encouraged to harness it in very creative ways. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. If you have been just going, if you're one of those people that just is very sort of tried and true, like you just kind of, you do things, you're in your routine, you do things the way you do, and that's the way you do it, right? There's a lot of energy right now about gathering all of this energy and channeling it into a creative project in whatever way that's right for you. It could be by doing something completely different, thinking differently, being very creative in your thoughts, getting creative in your thoughts. Or it could be that you have a skill, an artistic skill, a musical skill, something like that, and channeling it in that way so that you can deal and explore and integrate all of this incredible energy that's coming up for you, Gemini.